Hi folks, welcome back to Cunningham Insurance. It's good to see you. This is Tom Cunningham for those of you that don't know me. And I'm going to go over a couple of changes that we've got coming up in Medicare in 2025. It's going to be some pretty big changes. A lot of you are going to notice real quick that there are going to be some changes. A lot of these are going to be good changes, but doing away with or dissolving of the donut hole. Any of you that have been on Medicare for a while know that in 2024 and in the past, some of those more expensive medications, tier 3, 4, 5, those medications mid-year really jump up for some of you because sometimes you have a small copay, and then all of a sudden, say mid-year, or 3/4 of the way through the year with a lot of folks, some of you sooner, but you end up going from a small copay to spending 25% of the full cost of the medication, which can be very expensive for some of you. And so I'm here to tell you that that's gone. Come January 1, 2025, that's absolutely gone. So that's good news. The second piece of good news I have for you is currently you've got 4 stages. A lot of you know this, so it's going to be a review, but some of you may be seeing this for the first time. And you've got 4 stages in any prescription drug plan. You've got that deductible phase. Now, I'm not going over plan specifics here. This is just Medicare's guidelines. So you've got like I say, a deductible. You've got initial coverage. That's where you've got these co-pays for certain prescription, different levels. You've got co-pays that go along with that. And then the third phase is that donut hole, and you're responsible for 25%. And then, of course, after you and the insurance company spend $5,030 for the year, you get to go into the donut hole. And that's where you're responsible for that 25%. Now, after you've pulled $8,000 out of your pocket, you're in the catastrophic category. And catastrophic category means that you have 0 copay, nada. So at least there's some relief in sight for those of you that are spending a lot of money on medication. However, starting January 1, 2025, you're no longer going to have the donut hole, and your max out of pocket is going to be $2,000. Now, that is the true max out of pocket for that. So a lot of you really are not even going to see a $2,000 because it does include some of the prescription discount things that are going on internally there. So if your prescriptions get into the $2,000 range, whether you're paying all of that or not, then the prescriptions become 0 at that point. So that should be some pretty substantial savings. Now, there are some increases on the deductible, so we'll have to see where that kind of all pans out for everybody when we go to do renewals at the end of the year. Another change to the prescription side of it. This change is a Medicare payment program that basically makes every insurance company that you're working with for your prescriptions almost like a credit card. And what I mean by that is they will give you the opportunity, now this isn't part of any enrollment or anything like that, but you will have the opportunity that if, let's say, you have a prescription where that's subject to deductible, that has a pretty good size co-payment to it, and you get, say, a 90-day supply, that's a kind of big chunk of money, you won't have to pay the pharmacy anything. The pharmacy will bill the insurance company that you're with, and what the insurance company will do is they will turn around and bill you over a remainder of the year balance. So let's just take a real easy scenario and say that you have say $120 deductible beginning of the year for a medication, and you're going to get to go to the pharmacy. You wouldn't spend anything at the pharmacy, but then of course every month you'd pay the insurance company $10, and that's of course a rolling tally as new things develop. Now, the reason I bring this up, one, I don't think I'm a big fan of this. I think it's going to put a lot of pressure on pharmacies. It's a completely new concept for an insurance company to be acting almost like a credit card. I'm explaining this to you in very layman's terms. I'm not using the vernacular of the industry, but I think it's something for us to be cautious of. And unless you absolutely 100% have to use this, I would caution you not to get involved in this. I would think of this as kind of like when a new model of a car comes out for the first year, there's bound to be bugs and hiccups. And if you do decide that you want to try that out, please be my guest, but just be cautious and be aware that it could have some hiccups. And thank you all very much for listening to me. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Thanks again, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Take care.